Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back in for another video today. I wanted to start creating more organized theme videos. Not every video is going to be like this because I do enjoy kind of just like going like on like a nerd fiber and just like going through like all these random windows of cards just to give you guys a nice diversity, plethora of selections. But today I'm going to be focusing on XYZ monsters. So first card I want to cover today is going to be number 17. There is ghost rares and ultimate rares. Really quickly, like everyone knows, like pretty much all ghost rares as of right now are pretty much worth money. More so for the first edition prints. This is a super kind of out of date card. No one would really play this anymore. But it's dawning from Generation Force, which was the first core set that we got XYZ monsters. So this has great collectability. I'm a firm believer that this is definitely gonna, and probably it already is starting to fall into the collector's market, because it was one of the very first XYZ monsters that we got, and it's got really amazing artwork. And back in the day, this with like tour guide was a really big deal. Unlimiteds are going to be around 21. First edition is going to be around 28. And just keeps on doppling up, bottoms out at around 45, 47 at the bottom of page 1. Only 2 pages left of this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ultimate rare versions of this, which are going to be significantly cheaper, but I wouldn't be surprised if for the first edition prints are also going for quite a high price point. Alright, so unlimiteds are like nothing. They're like $4-ish, $3. First edition again, the first page is going to be about $8. Another one for $8 here, and only 2 pages left. So definitely significantly cheaper, a lot more affordable to get this ultimate rare. I think this is still pretty good. I think I was picking these up for $5 quite a long time ago, but so significantly cheaper than the ghost rares, so definitely a great alternative. I still think there's plenty of room for the ultimate first editions to go up in value because there's only 2 pages left for both prints. That's pretty much it. This secret rare is pretty cool too. The only way for this card to really go up at this point is for collectability. So with a ghost and ultimate rare, it just kind of renders everything else useless. So these are really going to be the only prints that are going to see growth in anytime soon, in my personal opinion. So another really old school card, Dunning out of Photon Shockwave, Wind Up Zen Mains. This card used to be the shit back in the day. It was like a heavy time floater and had destruction. Beautiful secret rare. This is the original print. Pretty sure there's only 2 or 3 prints of this. There's like the 10 promo super and this original print, the first edition secrets. Let's go ahead and take a look here. They're about $4+ for the first edition, which then they double up to about $5. Only 2 pages of this too, so I think this is a fantastic buy for this original. Foiling deep secret rare foiling looks really, really nice. Again, this card's kind of irrelevant. It's not really super good anymore, but it's got really great artwork. And again, this was just that era. Photon Shockwave was one of the very first sets that we got XYZ monsters. So I think it's kind of not up there as much as Leviathan Dragon as far as collectability, but this still is an old school secret rare. And I just remember when these cards came out, it was like so exciting to have these black cards because black is my favorite color, and I just remember like it was so much easier to XYZ summon than synchro summon. I just remember like I was still trying to like kind of get down like synchro summoning because like I was like a super old school player and I quit forever and came back after high school. And this card was so expensive in the day. It was insane. Like it's crazy how times change in Yu-Gi-Oh! And prices fluctuate over the time. Levier the Sea Dragon, still to this day, this is such an awesome card. Out of like everything I featured so far, and still to this day, this is still my favorite level 3 XYZ monster of like all time. It has amazing artwork. It's a water aqua, so of course I'm really into water cards. This is the ultimate rare print, and just the sheer fact that it's a monster born for removal stuff is just it's still good. Like it's still very, very good. I still think this is a very prevalent and can be relevant in today's meta, even several years later. This card's pretty old now. Unlimiteds are going to be about 16, and only 3 pages left. Let's see if we can dig out a first edition. First editions for the Ultimate Rare versions have already gone up to a whopping 35, and then they jump to 43, and just keep on going up, and then they bottom out at 50. Here's a 3 of on the bottom of page 2. So there's definitely some significant price increase value that has gone on with this card. Probably because of Master Duel 5. We're in the era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we have Master Duel 5 again. There is the original print Ultra Rare first editions, which they're pretty nice too. I guess I'll just take a quick look at those because I might as well, because we're already talking about this card. There's also a tin promo super rares. Really, the ultimate rares always, of course, like everything in the rarity hierarchy, it's always gonna be. Oh, so there's actually a lot of prints of this card. Well, not too many. They're bringing some other cards here, but really the ultimate rares, what you want to go with. Again, for stuff like this, high rarity stuff and collectability stuff, even though I would consider this card, this is more like a meta card. This is definitely a playable card. Is this Wind? Did this change? Has it always been Wind? I could have swore this was a water card. Maybe it is Wind. It just got it confused because it looked like water and the ultimate rare. It's definitely Wind. All the other prints are Wind. So I don't know, I'm just a little confused, I guess. Anyway, so this is same set generation 4. Let's take a look. Wow, so I'm really surprised. Even the unlimited of this is like about $5. That's pretty incredible. It's never seen this high for even the unlimiteds. First editions. So even the first edition ultras are about 9 bones. And then only 2 pages again. So this is definitely being cleaned up on the market. And this is just a great card. This is a fantastic card. Again, I would definitely really try. I mean, the ultimate rares, they're going to go up. I can tell you that right now. But right now, like 40-ish, 30 plus for even the first edition ultimates, it's still a pretty uncomfortable price point. I wouldn't really feel comfortable buying them at that price. But I already have my copies. I already have, I think, at least 2 ultimate rare first editions. So it's completely up to you guys. Interesting enough, so Wind Up Arsenal Zen Mayo. Again, this card's pretty cool. I mean, we have Tornado Dragon now, which is... I like Tornado Dragon more because I tried to focus more on Magic and Trap back row cleanup for most of the builds I make. But this is pretty cool because you can pop anything. Well, it has to be set cards, so, I mean, the majority of the time it's going to be back row stuff, but it could be... If your opponent's playing some flip effect deck or sets and defense, whatever, you can destroy monsters too. But still to this day, this is from Order of Chaos. This is a secret rare, and it's a solo print. So it's insane how somehow this card has gone all these years. I want to say Order of Chaos is old, man. Maybe like 8-7 years old or something like that. It's pretty old, so it astonishes me how this card has not seen a reprint still to this date. Unlimiteds are about 5 if you factor in shipping. Only 3 pages left here on the market on TCG Player, and no first edition on the second page. First editions are going to be dawning on the 3rd page, and they're about 10 bones, and then 12, and then just keep on going up. Bombs out at about 30 on the last page. So again, just sort of like an old school rank 5. Pretty cool artwork, and it's just cool how it's a secret rare solo print. Moving on, next card is going to be Trias Keeper, the Genesis. There's 2 other versions here, but they're just like the battle pack crap that I never thought was pretty cool. The only thing I liked about the battle pack stuff was like Starfoil Tour Guide. I remember I was really into Starfoil Tour Guide, but Tour Guide is one of my all-time favorite monster cards. I love Tour Guide so much. I actually have a tattoo on my left arm of Tour Guide. And I altered it. I kind of made it my own. I changed her eyes to green and her hair to black. And her dress is actually black in my tattoo instead of navy blue because I really hate blue. Blue is like not my color at all. But this is so this is a secret rare dying from Generation Force again, rank 5, very light. Pretty cool effect. And then kind of slow, kind of outdated still, but again, this is a majority of these cards are just like super old, so like they're like the first era of XYZ, so of course they're going to be kind of watered down at this point, but this card's super cheap. Original print first editions are like $2 plus, and there's 3 pages left, and then it jumps up to about 4. So this is still a really, really cheap card, and it's pretty cool. Fantastic artwork too. Shark Fortress. This is a this only comes common. I think there's 2 versions of this. This is the original print from Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. This is a super cool card. It's really cheap, obviously, because it's a common. I mean, it's like 2 dimes. There's 5+ pages. You can definitely dig out probably a plethora of first editions pretty easily. I actually like this card in Dark Worlds. You have Silva and Gold, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, are level 5s. Yeah, they're level 5s, and you can bust this out pretty quick, and you basically can like smash twice with your graph. It's pretty cool. I don't know, like this is just, I think this is a pretty cool, cool rank 5. So I'm an Advent Satellite fan. There is these 2 Ultimate Rare cards that are kind of like little less known. No one really like talks about or plays or anything. One of them is Banned, which I think is not Diamond. I want to say, however you say this. I mean, this is like a Greek name or something. I'm not really sure. But these cards they're starting to go up in value. I feel like all of the Satellite or Tellarknight Ultimate Rares are kind of seeing some pretty good price increases because people are just remembering at what a good deck Satellite is. I might be just biased because Satellite is one of my all-time favorite decks. I have that deck max rarity, and it's really, really cool. Besides the Denebs, if you guys watched my videos before, I'm not super like big fan on spending a whole bunch of money on like original prints when there's a reprint that's literally like the same rarity. So I really don't mind the 2015 Megaton Ultra Rares. My personal Denebs are that. I don't have the Duelist Alliance ones. So I mean, and I don't know if the price difference has changed now. You guys can go look at that if you want to. But when the price difference is just not significant, yeah, you want to get the original prints. But when it's just like so gapped out, where the reprints of the same rarity are lower, like I think it's really silly when people spend so much money for the original prints. Now, I love the original prints, but when it's just a huge gap in price, I'm always just going to go for like the same rarity because I mean it's the same rarity. It doesn't really make a big difference to me. The biggest thing is like having it in first edition print. So we can see the first edition print for this for Ultimate Rare. It's only $10. There's 2 of them here for $10. Only 3 on the page. So I still think this is significantly cheap. I think this is a really good pickup. Again, to my understanding, or not Diamond, this isn't the one that's banned. The one that is banned is the next one, I'm pretty sure. So after these 2 are gone, it's probably going to go up quite a bit after that. Only 3 pages left. So again, this is an old school Ultimate Rare. And this is it's got really cool artwork too. I've never really ran this one personally, but I definitely think it has potential, and it's really cool that I think, again, for this old school Ultimate Rare, 10 Bones is a pretty good pickup. Cross Souls is going to be the next one. If I'm not mistaken, this is the one I think that's banned. It's either this one or the other one. I can't remember. I was checking the list, but another awesome Ultimate Rare supporting card here for that deck. And this is about the same price again. You got your first edition here. It's about 10 right here, and then 10 plus right here. 3 pages again for this. So roughly around the same price points. I don't think that these are going to stay like this forever. Again, just the sheer fact Ultimate Rares have gone away, and Stellar Knights is a relatively popular deck. It's not played a whole lot anymore, obviously, because it's pretty up there in age, but these are pretty great alternatives, or just choices in general. Next card is going to be Empress of the Prophecy. No one really plays like pure spell books anymore. It's always kind of blended. Their stuff isn't fully unlocked yet, but they have this one like completely busted magic card where they do like 1,000 million searches at the end of the turn for all the spellbook cards activated. If that was to come back even to 1, I think that would really boost this deck a whole lot. This is the Ultimate Rare version of this. Abyss Rising was such an amazing set. We saw a lot of Mermail stuff come out of this set, and it was just really awesome. I love this set. So this is the Ultimate version. Really cool artwork on this too. The first editions we're going to get are about 6. There's 2 of them here for roughly around 6, and then here as well 6, and there's 3 pages left of this. So this is just kind of another like under the spotlight or not in the spotlight Ultimate Rare. And spellbooks are pretty cool. They're kind of annoying because it's like they're annoying when you're not playing them. When you're playing against them, it's kind of annoying because it's just like magic card after magic card after magic card, and then recycling, and then like it's kind of annoying. But there's a pretty good chunk of history with this core deck, this archetype. That was pretty cool. There's once upon a time, I think it was like the infamous Dragon Rulers format versus spellbooks, and spellbooks were really kind of the only thing that could even try to match the power of the Dragon Rulers. So moving on here, Cyber Dragon Noble. There's not a lot of prints of this. We have these two commons, and we have the original print from Structured Deck, Cyber Dragon Revolution, which is definitely getting up there in age now. I'm really surprised this doesn't have any more reprints, because pretty much all players, Cyber Dragon players, mixtures that I'm aware of, they use this to go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. And it's just crazy how old this is, and it still doesn't really have a lot of reprints, or even a higher reprint like a Secret or something, or even a Super. So this card is sitting at about $3+, almost around $4 for this card, which is pretty incredible. Yesterday I talked about, and a lot of my previous videos, I talk about investing in structure decks, and particularly when they first get out, getting them super cheap. Standard price is usually 10 bones per box, but if you go online and buy cases of structure decks that you think are going to be just valuable because they're sealed, they're first edition, they get old, they get out of print, or they just have collectability value, or if they just cards go up like this card, like this is literally, this card's like a $4 or $5 card now. Granted, Structure Deck Cyber Dragon Revolution was quite a while ago, but you know, the standard price of this deck when it was first came out was 10. So I mean, you got pretty much half the value in just this one card from the deck. So stuff like that happens all the time. So I would definitely consider investing in structure decks that you believe in. Right here, there's a 5 for 20 for 5 over here on the bottom. So interesting value with this card. Next card is going to be the boss monster himself, Cyber Dragon Infinity. This card is awesome. I feel like when they make alternative artworks, like I'm not trying to be like super kind of like Debbie Downer about alternative artworks. Like I'm all for alternative artworks, but I've been always like pretty disappointed. Like there's been little to no alternative artworks that I've seen outside of like, you know, stuff like, you know, Red Eyes and Blue Eyes and all that, the really popular ones. They have a lot of different artworks. They just haven't impressed me. I just really don't think they can beat like the greatness, like nostalgia of like the old versions, the old artwork. So that's definitely the case. This does look pretty cool. This is one of the better alternate artworks, I think. This kind of looks more like a snake than a dragon, as opposed to like the original print, in my opinion. Okay, so we have the 2016 Megaton Secret Rares and the Breakers of Shadows, the original print as the highest rarity. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is an amazing card. It's, again, you know, this is like the go-to, like end-all be-all for Cyber Dragon players, and there's a pretty big player base out there. Not quite as big as Heroes. I think there's a little bit more fanatic Hero players than there are Cyber Dragons, but don't get it twisted. Definitely, there's a lot of hardcore Cyber Dragon players out there that will play this deck to death. And this is a very good deck, mostly because of Infinity. Infinity is just such an amazing control card, and I'm pretty sure it's at 3. Again, I apologize. I'm always kind of like up and down about the list and stuff, but this card is just insane. And I'm really surprised that this is that, like, the original print, first edition Secret Rares. It's not that expensive. It's like under $10. It's like 8+ here, and then it goes up to about 10. Then about 10 right here at the bottom. 4 pages left. So I'm really surprised. I know I have several of these. Like I actually got like tons and tons of these, probably back in like 2016. Maybe it was 2017, early 2017, late 2016 era, because I really believe in this card. I was like, man, this card's insane. I know you can really pretty much only really play it in Cyber Dragons unless you're running Galaxy Soldier, because this is like one of the easiest ways that they pop this card out. Some people tech this card in just to run Infinity, just because it's such a beastly monster. So that's always an option. But yeah, I think this is still very affordable, still really cheap. I definitely think this has potential to growth. Maybe a little biased because I'm holding several copies of this original print first edition, but this is just a fantastic card in general. Alright, so finally this card is starting to see some value, starting to see some increase. This card has been off the list for quite a while now. It's at 3. and it was banned forever, and then it came off, and it's like no one really picked up on it. No one really took this card seriously. This is such a blowout card. This is such an amazing game changer. Let's go ahead and look at the original print, Secret Rares from Legacy of the Valiant. Again, like this is such a great card. Awesome artwork. It's a rank 4 generic, super easy to make. It's a light fiend, and I really do love the artwork. The artwork reminds me of like Insectors for some reason. I don't know. This is like Insectors like twin cousin or something. But this is a really great card. I pretty much run at least one of these in almost every one of my builds. Just have one because I think this is like right up there with like evenly matched. Like this card is just it's like evenly matched, kind of like in like an extra monster form, extra deck monster form, but kind of I wouldn't say better, just kind of like a different angle at going about like strategizing. It's really great. I can just talk about this card forever. Unlimiteds are already up to 8. First editions are 11. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second page here really quick. And then it just continues on to be about 11. Pretty much all across the board for the second page. And 4 pages left. Again, there was the Megaton, I want to say, what was it, 2015 probably Megaton Secret Rares. It's interesting how, 2014, my apologies. It's interesting how like a lot of the older Megaton sets, like the Secret Rare varies. Like, you can see like sometimes they swap, like the original ones are like more smoother secret, whereas like the Megaton reprints are like more foily, more predominant, but sometimes they like flip. There's been other cards where like they kind of flip, but if you like compare them, they are different. It's pretty interesting. It's how they capture that in the photos. But all right, so the original prints for first editions were about 11-ish roughly, and let's go ahead and see what the price difference is. So significant price difference in the reprints here. You can see the first edition here for the Megaton reprints is about $5. So it's pretty much half the price for these. So in this particular case, this is kind of what I was talking about, seeing how they're both secret rares, but the Megaton reprint is literally half the price of the original print. Personally, I would not mind going for the reprint because it's the same rarity. You can get a first edition and everything. And personally, I think this one actually looks a little bit better. I personally prefer this kind of more predominant secret rare foiling, as opposed to where like the original print was a little bit lighter. I kind of like a little bit more flashier, but that's just me personally. Even the Battles of Legends Light Revenge is going for a couple dollars too. So all this across the board, in its own right as it should be, is getting some pretty good value increase because it's just an amazing card that it doesn't really seem like anyone really either just doesn't have room to put in their extra deck or is just not caring about this card. And I think you should definitely care about that card. It's a blowout card. It can really swap the board really fast. Alright, so another card I wanted to talk about, this is Tornado Dragon. This is basically an MST on legs. This card has fantastic artwork. Let's go ahead and take a look at the original prints from Maximum Crisis. So this card, Tornado Dragon and Exciton Knight, depending on what I'm playing, but pretty much the majority of all the builds that I play at least 1 or 2 of both of these cards if I have the room. The majority of the time I don't have enough room to take up 4 slots for 2 of each of these. But these cards are just so great. Like, I really like their generic rank 4s, really easy to make, and it's just like quick removal stuff. And they both have really awesome artwork, and they're really badass. So, Tornado Dragon, the first editions we're getting here are about $4, and they move to it's about 4, still about 4, and then to about 5-ish if you want to factor in shipping here. 3 pages left of this for the original print. So really cheap. This is a great card, and this is just a great card. It's just a great generic rank 4 to have in your extra deck. Let's take a look at the Battles of Legends Light Revenge. Again, this is still a very, very relentless revenge. I'm sorry. This is the second one that came out, and this one is significantly cheaper. Again, it's like not even 2 bones, roughly 2 bones if you want to factor in shipping. So this one's kind of a toss-up because this card's so cheap in general. Like the original prints are $5. The reprints, same rarity, is about $2, about half. It's up to you. At this point, you can kind of go either way with this just being just not a very expensive card in general. It's kind of up to you if you want to go for the original secret rares or not. But this is just a fantastic card in general. Moving on here, number 10, Alunite. This is the ultimate version. I think there's like a dual tournament version and a 10 secret rare and all that stuff, but this is the best one. This is the ultimate rare. It seems kind of like a neg because it's 3 level 4 monsters, but then again, level 4s is pretty common. I would say it's safe to say that it's the most generic effect monsters that people run. Level 4s is the easiest to get out. Synchro level 8s, and for the longest time, probably even still to now, level 4 is the most produced XYZ rank in the game. And it's just very generic and easy to bust out. And there's a lot of powerful stuff that are rank 4, a lot of popular stuff that is rank 4. So the reason why I was thinking about this, besides the fact that it's just, an old school, getting there, old school era ultimate rare, stats aren't super great for what it is. It is kind of a lot of materials, but the effect is really cool because if you're playing something where you want to pitch stuff to the grave, it just becomes essentially a +1 because you pitch, you pop off your effect in the grave, and then you draw 1. So it's pretty cool, and it's a light, so I mean it can be chaos fodder, depending on what you're playing. Again, I've been playing like a lot of Shaddolls lately. I've been mixing a lot of stuff into Shaddolls. Of late, I've been doing Doll Sworn, so like Shaddol Light Sworn and Dark World / Danger / Shaddolls, which has been super fun. I really recommend. There's so much you can play with Shaddolls. You can put that engine into everything, almost everything. It's really fun. Unlimiteds are just like nothing. They're not really anything. Let's go ahead and move to the second page. First editions we get is 6 bones, pretty much all across the board. And it's seen a slight increase. This definitely was not. This isn't expensive by any means, especially being an ultimate rare. But I remember picking this card up just last year for like $2-3. It was like really cheap again for the first edition ultimate rares. So I think this card's pretty cool. The next card is going to be number 61, Volcasaurus. However you pronounce that. 2 versions of this. There's a crap gold, like an actual crap gold, like not even like a good looking gold by any means. And then this one right here from the 2013 Zexal Collection Tins. This card's super cheap. This card's really great. It's a great burn card. I feel like they could have made its stats a little better, seeing how it is 2 level 5s. But then again, you can't really complain because you pop opponent's monster and you just burn them for its attack. And there's a lot of beaters out there that this could pretty much win you the game. This is kind of, in a way, like a magic cylinder on legs, but it actually has that destruction factor, which makes it even better, in my opinion. So all across the board, it's about 2 bones, really cheap, 4 pages left, and this is just a really great card in general. Moving on here, the next card is going to be Utopia S39. So everyone kind of talks about this card. This is a very infamous card. This is kind of like a one-hit wonder card, last resort. Try to knock out your opponent for game. Pretty great. Of course, we have the ultimate rares, which are pretty good money. The ultra rares from the manga promotional. My personal favorite is the secret rares from Legendary Collection Kaiba. So I do have 1 copy of the ultimate rare. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I think I paid like 30 bones or so for the ultimate print, and this was, I want to say, either 2018 or 2019. It was pretty early when it first dropped. And these are the secret rares from Legendary Collection Kaiba. This is a fantastic reprint set. I'll definitely check it out. I've reviewed it many times before. We got a couple foreign ones here. Here's a Deutsch one for 20. And yeah, pretty much all across the board, it's about like 20-23 for the first edition prints. Only 2 pages left of this. Really quick, just out of curiosity, I want to go take a quick peek at the ultimate rares, kind of see if it's gone up or down. So, because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say, yeah, it was around like $29-30 was when I picked this up, quite a bit back. And right now it's sitting at, it's definitely had a price increase. It's sitting around $50 now. Yeah, pretty much $50, and then it just goes up to $100 after that. Only 1 page left of that, so definitely seen some growth in S39. All right, so last card is going to be Adrius We're going to look at the original prints from Generation 4. So this was kind of like the evil twin brother to Genesis. And this is a pretty cool card. I used to run this back in the day with my Dark Worlds because it's a level 5. You have Silver and Gold, which are level 5s. It's a Dark, it's a Fiend. And it was just another thing just to kind of get over it, have some destruction. Right now, super slow, really outdated. No one's really going to play this anymore. But the artwork is fantastic. I really, really love the artwork. This and TRS have just amazing artwork. I really like the artwork. And it's just really nostalgic because, again, it was just some of the Era 1, Generation 1 XYZ monsters that we got here in the TCG. So first edition is going to be around $4+ and there's 3 pages left of this, so this is just another alternative. I think it's pretty cool. It has this like mini like laser saber thing here too. So thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. This has been a showcasing by the White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.